Hey guys, Toast here, and today we're going to cover the top 5 Overwatch heroes that are still effective while requiring less precision. Now let me go ahead and preface this by saying that there are a number of reasons why you may want a character that requires less precision. This video is not intended to infer that people are quote-unquote bad, nor should you think you are because you may want this. It's more to help people who, for various reasons, may not have as high of precision as someone who has top-of-the-line peripherals or who's been playing on PC for many years. My hope is that this video will be helpful to players who have recently broken into PC gaming, who are still getting used to a mouse and keyboard setup, people who may still be working with a mouse that has a trackball, and if you remember cleaning the dust out of those to get them to work again, you may be as old as I am. Perhaps people who are still working with older hardware not capable of running the game at a very high frame per second, or perhaps people who are just starting out with first-person shooters for the first time. That said, let's jump right into number 5, Reinhardt. Reinhardt graces the number 5 position due to both his primary attack and his barrier field. His primary attack is melee only and swings in a pretty wide arc, making it possible to hit people who are in front of you but not necessarily directly in the center of your reticle. This means that he can hit multiple people at once, and if his aim is just a bit off, it won't make a difference as long as they're in front of you and within the range of the attack. Combine this with his barrier field that projects a huge high absorption barrier in front of him that can only be penetrated by a select few attacks and abilities, and you have a character that can be brutally effective without needing MLG precision. Reinhardt's ultimate ability also attacks in a wide arc in front of him, stunning and damaging enemies in a large cone, making it easy to utilize for newer players to the genre. Now that said, Reinhardt didn't make a better spot on this list due to his other two abilities requiring a bit more precision and anticipation to land. Reinhardt is going to be a great selection for pretty much all players, but does require a bit of coordination from your team in order for him to be most effective. Taking the number 4 position is Symmetra. Symmetra is a wonderful character for this particular situation as her primary attack locks onto a target and stays locked as long as you're within a specific range of that target. You don't have to be looking directly at them, and as long as you're holding down the attack button or key, you will continuously do damage. Another great thing about Symmetra is that she's one of the characters that I mentioned earlier whose primary attack will go right through Reinhardt's barrier field or Winston's shield, making her a great character that isn't hindered by some of the restrictions of others. Combine her lock-on primary attack with her lock-on turrets and she's able to do quite substantial damage without needing much precision. You can have 6 turrets active at any given time, and they'll target anyone who gets within their area of effect. Symmetra's ultimate is her teleporter, which you just place and then forget, letting it benefit your teammates up to 6 times before needing to be placed again. Symmetra is not one of those characters that's good in 1v1 situations, so be sure to let your teammates provide you with some backup to be successful. Moving on to the number 3 spot, we have Winston. Winston is similar to Symmetra for one very important reason. Despite being a completely different class and requiring a different playstyle, his primary weapon is extremely similar to hers as it's an instant lock-on to any heroes in front of you within a certain proximity. His primary seems to be a little bit more sensitive than hers to player position, as generally the player needs to be at least within view in order for your weapon to continue to do damage, but his weapon also goes through Reinhardt's barrier field and an enemy Winston's shield as well. His abilities are both movement and protection oriented, needing little more than a general direction in order to use them. His ultimate ability requires a bit of precision in that you need to be looking toward a close enemy in order to score a hit, however there's certainly some leeway with this. Winston has the added benefit that one of his abilities allows him to launch himself in a particular direction, so if you find you're on the losing end of a fight, you can propel yourself out of harm's way very quickly. Coming into the number 2 spot, we have Bastion. Love him or hate him, Bastion is an extremely effective character when placed and played correctly. The reason he's on this list is that while yes, he does require more precision than the rest of the characters so far with his primary attack and his turret form, because he does such extremely high damage per second in turret form, you can miss quite a few shots and still be super effective. He has 200 rounds in his clip in turret form, allowing you to take out multiple enemies before having to reload, even if you miss nearly half of your shots. He also has the added benefit of being able to self-heal so that if you do find yourself in a situation where your accuracy is not holding up, as long as you come out alive, you can heal yourself back to full health almost instantly. His ultimate has impressive splash damage, so as long as you're pointing it toward the ground near an enemy, you have a good chance of being able to one-shot all support, defense, and offense characters, and 2 to 3-shot all tanks. Finally, in the number 1 position and topping the list, we have none other than Torbjorn. The beauty of Torbjorn and the reason why he's in the number 1 spot is that he relies heavily on his turret to deal a lot of damage, and his turret is auto-lock at any distance, meaning that as long as it has a line of sight on an enemy, it can hit them. Combine this with his ability to provide both himself and his teammates with a boost in survivability due to his armor drops, and the fact that his primary weapon has an alternate fire mode that turns it into a shotgun, allowing him to deal spread damage at close and medium range, and you have a deadly character capable of being viable at all distances with minimal need for precision. Compound all of this with his ultimate that makes his turret even stronger for a period of time, gives it increased health, gives you increased health, and gives you increased fire rate for your primary weapon, and Torbjorn is a force to be reckoned with. But that's going to do it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know in the comments if you agree with these selections or if you think there may be better heroes to suggest. If you liked the video, please leave a like, and if you want to see more content, please subscribe and follow me on Facebook and Twitter, links in the description below. Thank you guys so much for watching. This is Toast, and I'll talk to you soon.